Picture this scene, because you've experienced it countless times. You're sitting on a date or at a crucial moment in your relationship, and you're saying something that seems absolutely, irrefutably logical to you. You're citing facts, analyzing the situation, constructing a clear, rational plan of action, offering the most effective and fastest solution to the problem. Your mind is working like a perfectly tuned machine, designed to eliminate chaos. And so, you look into her eyes, expecting to see understanding or at least acknowledgement of your rightness. But instead, you see emptiness, alienation, or, much worse, sudden and irrational irritation. You feel your words, your communications, running parallel, like two lines in infinity that never intersect. In that moment, you realize, your map of the world doesn't work in hers. You're not stupid, irrational, or ignorant. In other areas of life, business, finance, logistics, your logic is impeccable. But in the realm of relationships and attraction, your strongest rationality is, paradoxically, the quickest weapon of self-sabotage. Your need for rational correctness robs you of emotional strength. You're watching this video because you're looking not for the key to an argument, but for effective communication. And today we'll reveal the truth. In dating psychology, it's not the logic that's technically correct that wins, because both can be true, but the logic that aligns with the ultimate goal of the relationship and attraction. You'll learn how to stop arguing about facts and start managing the frame. Most people, when observing conflicts between the sexes, think it's a clash of opinions. He wants to go right, she wants to go left. They're mistaken, reducing everything to the superficial level. In fact, it's a fundamental conflict between two different brain operating systems, developed by evolution to solve different problems. You have to understand what exactly is built into these systems. In general, the male mind is evolutionarily wired for solutions and efficiency, because in a world of external threats, this ensured survival. The female mind is wired to validate emotions and safety, because this ensured social and emotional survival. And this difference in basic thinking habits changes absolutely everything in your relationships and communication. The myth we're debunking: we live with the belief that logic is some kind of universal, sterile tool that should work the same everywhere. This is a lie, especially in dating psychology. In relationships, your logic is often simply your defense mechanism against discomfort, against uncertainty, against the need to display emotional strength. Your thinking has been shaping this axiom for years: if a problem can be solved or explained, then negative emotions should immediately shut down because they are unnecessary. You're trying to logically shut down her feelings. And this is the biggest, most catastrophic misunderstanding of gender dynamics and attraction. Your confidence and authority crumble at this very moment, because you're trying to use a hammer, iron logic, where a surgical needle, emotional precision and communication, is actually needed. In response, you receive rejection because you've demonstrated your inability to understand her reality. Insight number 1, goal logic, solution versus emotional validation. Male logic, goal logic: your brain perceives any discomfort as an inefficiency that needs to be corrected. You seek efficiency and a quick fix. You hear a problem, and your only goal is to eliminate it to return to a zone of peace and control. You offer facts because facts are the path to a solution. Female logic, verification logic: the goal is emotional validation and investment in security. She's not looking for a solution through your hands at this moment, she's looking for proof of your strength, your engagement, and your attraction through your willingness to listen, show emotion, and stay present with her discomfort. An example you see every week: she says when she comes home from work, "My day was terrible." The client is an idiot. Your immediate, automatic, logical reaction: you just need to prioritize and go to bed early. Her unconscious perception: you're dismissive. You're trying to shut down communication because my emotions make you uncomfortable, and you don't appreciate my suffering. Dark secret: in this micro moment, you're losing. You were logically right, she really does need to get some sleep. But you failed the emotional attraction and communication test. You demonstrated that your logic is more important than her emotions. Your factual rightness is completely powerless in this context. True strength and confidence aren't found in the ability to solve a problem. They're found in the ability to set aside your logic for 60 seconds to first emotionally validate her experience. Start with, "Yes, that's terrible, I understand how angry you are. Tell me about it." Insight number 2, value frame, stability logic versus drama logic. Your mind values stability, predictability, and consistency. You demonstrate your confidence and reliability through consistency, clear plans, and a lack of drama. You believe that being level-headed means being strong. But to her brain and her psychology, a lack of drama often unconsciously equates to a lack of investment. Drama, or periodic emotional tension, isn't chaos, it's an indicator of attraction and investment. It's a subconscious signal: I'm so valuable that you're willing to fight for me or for me. Mini story: you plan a date or vacation perfectly. Everything is smooth, no surprises, everything is on time, you behave as calmly as possible. You think this shows strength and confidence. She thinks, it's a habit, he's boring, he doesn't invest emotion, he's not afraid of losing me because he's not taking any risks. Your logic focuses on avoiding mistakes, on safety, and minimizing risks. Her logic focuses on emotions, intensity, and demonstrating your strength in a moment of crisis, a moment when you could lose your temper but choose to remain calm. Secret: she tests your value frame not when everything is fine and smooth, but when it artificially, subconsciously creates uncertainty or emotional conflict. And the winner is the one whose logic and thinking remain calm and consistent despite the storm of emotions. Insight number 3, logic of perception, words versus subtext. Male logic perceives communication linearly, as the transfer of information. Words have a literal, finite, dictionary meaning. If she says, no, it means, no. Female logic perceives communication cyclically and multilayered, as a conveyance of emotional subtext and a test. Words are just the tip of the iceberg, and the truth and intention are hidden in intonations, in pauses, in what remains unsaid, and in your reaction. An example that stumps you: she says, I don't care where we go tonight. Your logic hears, she gave me complete and absolute control over the choice. The truth, the hidden subtext: I'm testing how confident you are in your decisions, whether you are capable of taking responsibility without my explicit direction, and whether you have your own power. You must permanently rewire your mind and learn to hear not what she says, superficial words, but what she is testing, the deep emotional intent. This is the entire dark psychology of successful communication. Dark psychology: you lose when you use your logic to argue with her words, proving them literally wrong. You win when you calmly and confidently respond not to her words, but to her subtext, confirming your value frame. Mindset shift, from truth to effectiveness. Your main task is to stop using your logic as a weapon to prove your truth and dominance. Start using your thinking to achieve effectiveness and increase attraction in relationships. You shift from, I'm right, to, it works. Your mindset must shift. The goal of communication is not to win an argument or explain away its illogicality, but to strengthen attraction, reinforce your frame, and demonstrate unshakable confidence. This is not a call for manipulation or lies. It is a call for strategic communication. This means you must first address the emotion, validation, and then, if necessary, the fact, decision. The formula of equanimity and strength: first, mirror and acknowledge the emotion, yes, I see you're genuinely upset, and that's okay, and then calmly reassert control and set the direction, but we'll figure this out. We're doing this now, let's move on. This strength isn't about being logically correct. It's about being unwavering and impervious to emotional scrutiny. Gender dynamics, your inner confidence, your equanimity, is the only universal language in dating psychology that transcends the barriers of logic and emotion. Emotions cease to be her weapons and tests when you don't react to them with your automatic decision-making response. You remove your part of the equation. Remember this metaphor: you are an anchor fixed in granite. She is the waves that test the strength of your anchor. If you react to the waves, you drown. If you remain still, the waves calm around you. Dark secret: victory in dating psychology is not achieved by logic, male or female, but by frame, the power of belief and thought. Whoever defines the frame of value and communication controls the direction of your relationship and the degree of attraction. You must be a source of meaning and confidence, a source of gravity, not just a passive reaction to her emotions and tests. Final realization: you will never again waste your energy and time arguing over facts. You will control the subtext, which is more important than words. You will control the frame. You have realized that truth in relationships is not about who is logically right or wrong. It is about who maintains the power of confidence and equanimity in the storm. It is not male logic that wins, nor female logic. They are merely tools. The logic of the one who is unflappable and maintains the frame wins.